Once again, 100.5 Jack FM presents the Picture Book Interview with Chad the Intern.
Now, if we get into specifics about, like, who's going to win what and all that stuff, now I know all the voting's over with and all that stuff, but last year, 2008 Fighter of the Year was Anderson Silva. Any favorites that you can, off the top of your head, you think that might take that award home this year?
You know, it's so funny with the, as crazy as MMA changes and as fast as it goes, a lot of the guys that are going for Fighter of the Year, now are hurt and blah, 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 blah. I'm a huge, I happen to be, Vaseline and all, a GSP fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, I mean, that's my guy. Or, Mike Brown, too. You got to give it up for those, the smaller dudes that can just, crush anybody.
Now, is Brock Lesnar even on the top of the list, or is he kind of out of it since he's been sick, I guess?
Yeah, Brock's like people really like that guy or they don't. I personally, he's a huge monster. I don't know how anybody would defend having 300-some pounds sprint at you. I don't, but to me, he's a little boring because he kind of just tackles a guy, then throws all those little baby rabbit punches.
Right.
That's why I'm going to go, I hope it is a guy. Now that you asked me, I'm going to take it away from GSP and hope that it's more of a Mike Brown. Right,
more of a technical guy? You kind of appreciate more of the technical aspect of it?
Yeah, and I'm not one of those kind of guys that, the thing that bugs me most about going to a live event or whatever is when the guys shoot in on each other and, they're working their ground game, and 3 seconds in, you have that guy next to you who's 40 and wearing an Affliction shirt that shouldn't be wearing an Affliction shirt, yelling, "Stand him up." Nothing bothers me more than that.
Yeah, there's a lot of those suburban cowboys, as you would say. I know that the rodeo was just in town, and you see all these guys that clearly are lawyers or something during the day, but then they get their cowboy hat and their cowboy boots on and pretend like they're cowboys. So you get a lot of those posers, I guess, huh?
Yeah, you get there, and they're, the 45-year-old dudes with their 22-year-old girlfriend telling their wives they're still in Atlanta at some business convention. Yeah,
Right, and they've never been on the mat before, and then all of a sudden now they're technical experts, and they're yelling out.
Exactly. Stand them up. I would do this. Really? That's what you do if Brock Lesnar was laying on top of you? You know what you would do? You would wet yourself and start crying. That's exactly what you would do. You would not stand up, big guy.
Now, you've obviously met Brock. Is he a pretty intimidating guy in person?
I've never met him, but how could he not be intimidating?
Well, I mean, but you know how it's like you see it on TV, and then it's another thing to actually physically be in the presence of somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to say, from all the MMA guys that I've met, and I've met a lot of them in my travels because I used to tour with Joe Rogan, and so luckily I got to meet a lot of these guys. I haven't met one guy. I've heard stories about other guys, but every fighter that I've ever met has been super, super cool. I kind of, I'm a big hockey fan too, and it's the same. Any guy I've ever met in the NHL, all been really down to earth guys that are just into the sport that they're in and stuff like that.
So you're a Red Wing fan, I'm gathering, because aren't you from Illinois?
I'm from Detroit. Yeah.
Detroit.
So I'm a huge Red Wing fan. I'm a huge hockey fan, but I live in Los Angeles now. So it's, sometimes it's hard to find a game,
You can't, you're not supporting Anaheim, though, right? I mean,
no way. I'm only a Detroit guy. Yeah.
Well, to me, it seems the whole hockey thing, outside of like the 8 major cities that it originated from, I mean, I don't see hockey in Florida. It doesn't make sense to me, but,
I have a hard time, and I'm glad, Pittsburgh won, and then, Detroit, but I'm a big believer that the Stanley Cup should be someplace where it's cold, where you need to actually scrape ice off your windshield with a credit card that doesn't work. That, to me, is the, more hockey-ish.
Yeah, you shouldn't be, sipping some kind of cocktail down at the beach and then go, hey, let's go to the hockey game. That doesn't seem right, does it?
Yeah.
But it happens. And I guess, they're trying to expand the league, and that's understandable. Now, speaking of Detroit, I was reading a little bit on your bio. I didn't realize that you were part of Danny Bonaducci's Q crew back in the 90s.
Oh, man, even you saying Q crew to me gave me the willies all through my body.
Well, the only reason I bring it up is not about Danny or even about the Q crew itself, but just about radio in general. Are you...
Yeah, I used to do morning radio in Detroit for, 5 or 6 years or something like that. And it was literally, it was a great time, but just the human body should never have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning. It just doesn't. there's nothing about your internal system that your body's happy about.
No, it's brutal. I did mornings for 5 years, and yeah, I think that's the hardest part. And then determining whether you need a nap or go to
then
sleep.
You start doing dumb things. Well, one, you realize you've eaten a huge lunch, and it's like 10 o'clock. And then I would do stuff and go, well, if I stay up all night and go to thing, and then I get home at like noon, I'll sleep till midnight.
I'm sure you did a lot of radio events where you were out at night and possibly having a few cocktails, and then you're like, yeah, I got to get up at 3:30 anyway. I'm just going to keep drinking and see what happens tomorrow morning, and that's
what happens. And then, we'd go into a Celine Dion, to all the girls, na. And I would just be laying with my headphones on, sprawled across, just, going, oh, please play 3 songs in a row so I can sleep an extra, 6 minutes.
So your experience in radio, good and bad, I guess.
Good and bad. I mean, there's the good thing was, I got to meet a lot of cool people, and to me it was fun. The bad thing is I had to wrestle some chick for Hootie and the Blowfish tickets in a baby pool full of something disgusting, I believe.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, for Hootie and the Blowfish tickets, too. That kind of tells you when I was doing radio.
Yeah, it's a bit demeaning, and it happens, and I'm sure other people in radio have similar stories. But, it would have been handy to have that How to Fight in Water video available at that time, because you probably would have fared a little bit.
You know what? There's not one thing that you can't look at right now that wasn't somebody's idea. And, just if I was paying a little bit more attention to the need that was maybe going down,
You could, yeah,
maybe that's what I do. Maybe I put out a self-defense video for radio sidekicks who have to do dumb things like that.
Yeah, when fighting over Hootie and the Blowfish tickets, do this.
Yeah. Well, I had to tell the girl wrestling me, who was like literally at this point pulling my hair and cross-facing me. I had to whisper to her, you're going to get the tickets, right? I'm not really...
Yes.
We're not going to go, well, she didn't win them. I guess we toss them.
Yeah, settle down. The fact that you're that motivated for Hootie and the Blowfish tickets makes you question her sanity in the first place, I would imagine.
Exactly.
Well, John, hey, I appreciate you coming on and taking the time to talk with us. Again, December 30th at the Hard Rock Hotel. It's at the Joint. You're hosting the MMA, World MMA Awards, actually. And for tickets, you can go to hardrockhotel.com. Thanks, John.
All right, buddy. Take care.
All right, bye.
You have been listening to the Picture Book Interview with 100.5 Jack FM and Jack TV. Good day.